Welcome to the vlog. Here we are again. This video, I've tried to add some footage of downtown Bristol. I'm at a memorial garden. I've showcased that to you. I've just been paying my respects. But later on in the video, we've got some footage of some poker hands and things like that, which you guys are interested in. But today is just a beautiful day. I took the opportunity to come down and enjoy the weather. Yesterday I put out a video vlog on part 2 of Cherokee. Hope you're liking that. It shows a little bit more hand analysis, a little bit more footage. And as you can see from the end of the movie, I'm not dead. I survived. Oh man. I thought somebody was going to get a big life insurance policy for a minute there. But no, I'll live to fight and play poker another day. I'll let you guys know when that movie is out. The Big 10. Second World War, First World War, Second World War seemed so long ago. Vietnam War, the Gulf Wars. It's an ongoing thing, you know. There's a lot of ex-servicemen out there. Give them the time of day, they really deserve it. Well, that's finished that little walk around the memorial garden. Real nice. I really enjoyed that. Back to the car now. Played some cash game last night. I didn't do too good. I run pocket kings into pocket aces. You just can't get away from that, I don't think. The guy to my right, he had a stack of about 75 bucks. He raised to $7. I re-raised to $25. Everybody else folded, come back to him, he shoves all in. No way you're gonna fold, and it crossed my mind, what am I running into? Am I running into aces? Because it's happened before, obviously. And you know, still a call, you're not gonna fold that. So it capped the betting. I called and he turned over pocket aces. I slowly turned over my pocket kings and the board run out missing everybody. Although on the turn it was quite amusing. The turn, a 7 would have chopped the pot with a straight on the board, which would have been bad for him and pretty good for me. A king would have won it for me, obviously, but it didn't come, neither of them. So you just can't get away from that type of thing. You got to be careful when you're playing cash that you don't chase after things. You got to maintain your pre-flop starting range and your positional range, you know, your positional play. You start limping in out of position and having to fold to bets with, you know, when you got weak hands later on because you're playing out of position, and then somebody comes over the top of you pretty strong and you have to let things go. You'll start leaking those chips, so just be aware of that. Got to play optimally all the time. You can't get emotional when you lose a hand like kings against aces. That just happens. You're not going to get away from those type of hands. That's just variance. That's just poker, you know. Some you win, some you lose. Bad drivers. But maintain your cool. Sometimes you'll win, sometimes you'll lose those type of hands. You know, you can wait a long time to get pocket kings, and twice this week I've got pocket kings. Once was a misdeal. I had to fold it because it was a misdeal, and then I got pocket kings in the cash game and run into aces. Last week I run pocket queens into aces, but I've had aces myself a few times, a couple of times this week that have paid off for me, so you know, it works itself out. What you can't do is get stupid with after you lose a hand like that and start trying to chase the game to try to catch up the money you've lost. You know, let me show you this guy. Tax time again. Well, I just come back from Cherokee last week. Already I got the bug. I want to try to get back to the real poker room. Got that trip to Memphis planned. Be in a couple of weeks' time. Gonna plan my itinerary and see which poker rooms I'm gonna play. Really looking forward to that. It's gonna be good. Okay, let's review some hands. Here I look down, I got 2 red aces. I did a standard raise. The blinds were just 100, 200. I bet 600. I got 1 caller. There was a 5 on the board. I think the guy hit the middle pair. I continuation bet 2,500. He called that. The turn came. It was just a blank. I went all in. He folded, saying he can't call on middle pair. So that was pretty simple. Took it down. Better than getting the aces cracked, that's for sure. Next hand, I got pocket turns. Blinds are 300, 600. I raise it to 18. Everyone folds. I take it down. I looked down at this one, king, queen of spades, on the button. Pretty interesting starting hand. Guy who'd been raising all night with small pocket pairs showing down like he'd raised with pocket twos or pocket threes. He announced his raise and then been raising, so it was an easy call. In position, king, queen of spades. Still early in the tournament, blinds are pretty low. It's not a very big pot. But he raised to 3 times the blind, and I called. And then he put in this really strange out of position min bet of 600 after he raised 1800. So I just popped it up an extra 10, made it 16. The probe raise seemed to have worked because he folded, so I took it down. I told him it was interesting, but he didn't tell me what he had. Interesting. I was really be interested to know what you was thinking about that. Oh, look at this, straight on the board. Check. Check. Here comes the bet. Ooh, it's a tiny one. Says you're out for slow playing. Yeah. This is an interesting hand. I got 4-5 offsuit in the big blind. Nobody raised. I saw the flop. The flop come down 3 Jack 5 rainbow. I'd hit middle pair, but I checked it. See what the guy on the button would do. He bet out. I think it was 1100. So I called. The turn card was a marvelous looking 5. I tripped up. So I checked it back to him. And he continued with another 1100. I consider re-raising here, but I thought I'd just smooth call and let him continue betting. When it was quite a bad river card for me, a jack came. If he did have a jack, now I'm behind. So I had to check even though I have a full house, and he checked behind and I took it down with a full house. I hate having the bottom end of a full house when it comes on the river like that, because you really don't know whether you beat right there. Now I'm in the big blind again with 9-2. The flop was 8 of spades, 9 of spades, deuce of hearts. So I've made 2 pair. But with the 2 spades on the board, I was a little worried. I bet pretty big, 2,500. I got both to call, so there was 2 callers. And then the 3rd spade came on the turn. So I slowed down and checked. Maybe I shouldn't have done in hindsight. But I felt sure one of them must have been on that flush draw. But Jack came on the river and gave the guy a straight. He had Queen 10, but he made such a small river bet, 2,500 in ratio to the pot, that I felt call was good, just in case he was bluffing. But unfortunately, he wasn't. This one I had again. I was in the blinds. I had King 6 offsuit. The flop came down Queen 4 with 2 spades. So I didn't think that he had a queen though. The way he bet small, so I just floated. And when the ace of spades came, he checked, so I bet. I've now got the nut flush draw, and with floating and him checking, I can represent some strength, and he folded. Okay, this is an interesting one. I've got ace deuce offsuit. Don't normally play ace deuce offsuit, but the blinds are 400, 800. I called, splashing around a little bit. I called, and the big blind puts out a min raise of another 800. There's 2 or 3 players in the hand, so I was getting priced in. I called. There was no straights or flushes out there, so I thought my ace might be good right there. So I checked. The guy bet 2,000. I called. Everybody else folded. I called. I checked the river. The guy checked behind. Said, "Show me your ace." He had pocket queens. I took it down. Had he raised the continuation bet right off the bat after the flop comes down with the ace, with having ace deuce there, then you're really put in a position. That's why it's really bad to play ace deuce. I got lucky on that one. Alright guys, last night on that little tournament I chopped. I got down to the last 3 and it was getting late, so we decided to chop. Maintain the 10 points lead in that little tournament session till the time change in March. So I think we've got about another 5 weeks of that. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, tell your friends, click the thumbs up button, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.